Today, you will improve your English by listening to my review of an epic time-traveling adventure, The Adventures of Elliot. Hello and welcome. I will speak in slow and clear English for you. Today, we are reviewing a fantastic book. This will help you learn new vocabulary about stories, adventures, and time travel. First, you will hear the complete review in English. Then, we will review the story together with English and Spanish text on the screen. After that, we will study key vocabulary and a useful expression. Finally, I will ask you some questions to check your understanding. Let's begin. My adventure began last week when I opened The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. The story introduces us to Elliot, a curious teenager who feels like he doesn't belong in his quiet, modern town. He feels a connection to the past, to history, but he doesn't know why. His life seems completely ordinary until one rainy afternoon. In his grandfather's dusty attic, Elliot discovers a mysterious object hidden in an old chest, a beautiful, intricate compass made of brass and silver. But this compass is special. It doesn't point north. Instead, its needle spins wildly before locking onto things that seem out of place in time. This is the device that starts his incredible journey. One of the best parts of the book, what I really loved, was Elliot's first accidental time jump. He activates the compass and is suddenly thrown into a futuristic, slightly dystopian version of his own town. The world building is brilliant. We see flying vehicles moving between tall, sterile buildings, but the familiar layout of his home is still there. This contrast creates a fascinating and unsettling atmosphere. The plot quickly gets more complex. Elliot learns that a secret organization, the Chronos Keepers, is manipulating history for their own benefit. He also discovers that his grandfather was part of a secret group of rebels trying to protect the timeline. The characters he meets are unforgettable, especially a wise historian from the Victorian era and a cynical pilot from the future. However, the book is not perfect. In my opinion, the middle section has some pacing issues. It feels a little slow as Elliot spends too much time training and learning about time travel rules. While some of this information is necessary, I think it could have been shorter. Also, a few of the paradoxes are a bit confusing and not fully explained, which might frustrate some readers. But the climax is absolutely spectacular and makes up for any slowness. Elliot must make an impossible choice. He can either restore the original timeline, which would erase his adventures and the friendships he made, or he can live in the new, changed world he helped create. This decision explores deep themes of destiny, choice, and sacrifice. And the ending? I won't give you any major spoilers, but I will say it is a massive cliffhanger. It perfectly sets up the next book in the series and leaves you asking so many questions. Overall, The Adventures of Elliot is a thrilling journey. I highly recommend it if you love stories about adventure, mystery, and the idea of changing history. My adventure began last week when I opened The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. The story introduces us to Elliot, a curious teenager who feels like he doesn't belong. Mi aventura comenzó la semana pasada cuando abrí Las aventuras de Elliot, los cuentos del milenio. La historia nos presenta a Elliot, un adolescente curioso que siente que no pertenece. In his grandfather's dusty attic, Elliot discovers a mysterious object. Its needle spins wildly before locking onto things that seem out of place in time. En el polvoriento desván de su abuelo, Elliot descubre un objeto misterioso, su aguja gira locamente antes de fijarse en cosas que parecen fuera de lugar en el tiempo. One of the best parts was Elliot's first accidental time jump. The world building is brilliant. This contrast creates a fascinating and unsettling atmosphere. Una de las mejores partes fue el primer salto en el tiempo accidental de Elliot. La construcción del mundo es brillante. Este contraste crea una atmósfera fascinante e inquietante. The plot quickly gets more complex. The Chronos Keepers is manipulating history. He also discovers that his grandfather was part of a secret group of rebels. La trama se complica rápidamente. Los guardianes de Cronos está manipulando la historia. También descubre que su abuelo formaba parte de un grupo secreto de rebeldes. However, the book is not perfect. In my opinion, the middle section has some pacing issues. Also, a few of the paradoxes are a bit confusing and not fully explained. Sin embargo, el libro no es perfecto. En mi opinión, la sección central tiene algunos problemas de ritmo. Además, algunas de las paradojas son un poco confusas y no están completamente explicadas. But the climax is absolutely spectacular. Elliot must make an impossible choice. It explores deep themes of destiny, choice, and sacrifice. Pero el clímax es absolutamente espectacular. Elliot debe tomar una decisión imposible, explora temas profundos de destino, elección y sacrificio. And the ending? I will say it is a massive cliffhanger. I highly recommend it if you love stories about adventure, mystery, and changing history. ¿Y el final? Diré que es un cliffhanger masivo. Lo recomiendo mucho si te encantan las historias de aventura, misterio y cambiar la historia. Great! Now let's look at some key vocabulary. The first word is curious. A curious person is someone who is eager to know or learn something. For example, Elliot was a curious teenager. Next, attic. An attic is a space or room just below the roof of a building. In the story, Elliot discovers the compass in his grandfather's dusty attic. Our third word is dystopian. A dystopian world is an imagined state or society where there is great suffering or injustice. The future town Elliot visits is a futuristic, slightly dystopian version of his own town. Finally, cliffhanger. A cliffhanger is an ending to a story that leaves the audience in suspense, wanting to know what will happen next. I said the book ends on a massive cliffhanger. Today's useful expression is to make up for something. This means to compensate for something bad with something good. In the review, I said, but the climax is absolutely spectacular and makes up for any slowness. This means the exciting climax compensated for the slow middle part. You can use it in your own sentences, like, his apology didn't make up for his bad behavior. Now, it's time for some questions. Are you ready? Question 1. What object does Elliot find in his grandfather's attic? He finds a mysterious, intricate compass. Question 2. According to the review, what is a negative point about the book? The middle section has some pacing issues, it feels a little slow. And question 3. What is the impossible choice Elliot must make at the climax of the story? He must choose between restoring the original timeline and erasing his memories, or living in a new, changed world. What object does Elliot find in his grandfather's attic? ¿Qué objeto encuentra Elliot en el desván de su abuelo? He finds a mysterious, intricate compass. Encuentra una brújula misteriosa e intrincada. According to the review, what is a negative point about the book? Según la reseña, ¿cuál es un punto negativo del libro? The middle section has some pacing issues, it feels a little slow. La sección central tiene algunos problemas de ritmo, se siente un poco lenta. Excellent work today. You have learned a lot of new vocabulary and practiced your listening skills. If you enjoyed this story and want more lessons like this, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And for a challenge, leave a comment below telling me about the last book you read. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.